So what's going on, guys? Max here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things about filmmaking and about videography in general, and that is audio. Audio, it's key. It is the number one in filmmaking. It's so important. And for those of you who are kind of starting off, I kind of wanted to make this video to help you understand the importance of audio, but as well as understand the different types of microphones there are to also help you figure out which one works best for you. So I guess without further ado, let's dive straight into it.
A great time out here. So much fun things to do. So have a fun time. You know, like I feel like I don't.
Okay, so let's just dive straight into the video. Let's first start off with the importance of audio. I wanted to start off with one of these really cool things that I heard before, and that is that we process audio before we even process video. And it sounds quite crazy, but that is why a lot of times when you watch a video with terrible audio, like there's a lot of wind noise and stuff, the video can be beautiful. It could be literally during sunset, the most beautiful footage ever. If the audio is terrible, if the music is terrible, if the sound effects are absolutely garbage, they're not in sync, things are just really wank and really terrible in the audio department, you're gonna notice that and you're gonna see that you're just not gonna enjoy the video and you're just gonna click off. So when you watch a video with terrible audio, it's unbearable. When you watch a video with okay quality, sometimes even terrible video quality, as long as it has good audio quality, even decent audio quality, it's still bearable to watch. But the moment that even an amazing quality video with really trash audio, that's just unbearable. And that's why audio is so important, because we process it first. It's just one of those things that's just, it's important. And when you watch a film, I feel like, in my opinion, audio is just one of those things that makes the film. It legit makes the film go from like 30% to like 100%. Like audio plays a massive role in giving you pretty much the feeling, the emotion that comes in it. And audio is everything from sound effects, from the actual vocals and audio of like the people speaking, the talking of the actors, but also music. Music is also important and also kind of wrapped around in the audio department. And I think I might make a full video on music. As a musician, as a former musician, I know kind of a lot about music and I understand how to utilize music when shooting videos, which ones to use, which ones not to use, depending on what video I'm shooting. And I kind of have the basics down when it comes to picking the right songs for the right type of video. So I understand audio, maybe not in the full form. Sound effects and sound design, like the Foley effect, I know a little bit about it. I've done it before. It's a very difficult thing to do. So props to all of you that do the Foley effect, people that do sound effects for movies. You people are the reason why the movie turns out the way it does. Like really, watch a movie or watch a scene with no sound effects added to it at all, just a raw video, maybe with just the raw audio that came out from a microphone. Just listen to that and listen to the other version that has the sound effects added in and watch the difference. Listen to that difference. It's such a dramatic difference, and audio in general just makes a massive difference in the actual video. So having good audio is very, very important, and I hope that you guys are going to realize that. But a lot of you are going to be saying now, okay, audio is important, but I don't really have the budget to spend on microphones. Well, you are in luck pretty much, especially in these days in 2019. To get good sounding audio, it doesn't cost much. So let's just use this microphone as an example. This is the NW800 from Neewer. It is literally $26 on Amazon, literally dirt cheap. It's an XLR microphone. It even comes with its own cable. It's great. I have it plugged into a Roland Octacapture interface. It's really expensive interface. You don't need an interface as expensive as that. You can get one for like $100 or 50 bucks. There are really good deals out there, but you can get a really nice in-studio, on-the-desk kind of XLR setup like this for under 50 bucks. Like really, there's some great options. There's some plug-and-play microphones. These condenser microphones, they're really, really nice. They work great for podcasts. They work for YouTube videos like these, for gamers, for voiceovers. I like to set up for that style of video and that style of work, and that on occasion I do that type of stuff. Sometimes I want to film videos like these, YouTube videos. I want to use this type of microphone setup. Sometimes I want to do a voiceover for a film. I want to do some sound effects when it comes to like with my voice for a movie, or I want to kind of just play games and just talk to friends and stuff like that. This microphone and this audio setup, it's great. it's cheap, and it provides such a high quality audio, such high quality sound for the price. It's unbeatable. So that's kind of the first type of microphones that I like to use, and that I think majority of people use. If you're not dedicated just towards video, you want to do podcasts, sit down tutorial videos, gaming, these types of microphones like USB plug-in condenser mics or XLR condenser mics, these are the perfect ones to go for if you're kind of hitting that field a little bit more. But I want to get a little bit more in detail on shotgun microphones. This right here is a Rode shotgun mic. This is an onboard shotgun mic. This is not an XLR. This is a 3.5mm jack. It goes on top of your camera. It works really nicely. I like it. The quality, it's quite fantastic. As you guys can see, I actually dropped it about a year ago, smashed it, but even though it got smashed, I still got the thing to work. It still works. It's still strong. It still provides amazing quality audio. And honestly, there's nothing out there better for that price. And the craziest thing is, this guy is only $100. So for $100, you're getting a great microphone that's going to pretty much improve the nasty internal sound that something like this guy right here is going to produce. This Rebel camera, it's great, but Canon is known for their nasty preamps. So that internal audio on that microphone, absolutely garbage. So adding something that is even as cheap as this, or even the micro for like 50-60 bucks, you're going to get some fantastic audio. And honestly, that's really all you need, especially if you're doing like home videos, or YouTuber, or you're doing vlogs. These kind of like cheaper microphones, they work really great. But for filmmakers like me who are a bit more serious, even these cheap microphones can work great as long as you learn how to properly use them. One great way to actually improve the audio quality of this microphone is, instead of mounting it on top of your camera, which actually most people do, most people just mount it on top of their camera like this, and it just sits on their camera like that. They plug it into the audio jack and they pretty much just start vlogging. And I mean, it works, it sounds good, but when you hold the camera out this far, especially, the audio, the microphone itself, it's very far away from your mouth. It could be up to 2 meters away from your mouth by doing that. So the thing is, when you want to get the best quality audio for the price, it's important to understand that the closer you get the actual diaphragm or the main portion of the microphone to your mouth, the better it's going to sound. Here's actually a good example. So I'm sitting this far away from the microphone. I mean, it's still okay and still sounds pretty good, but I'm a good, I don't know, maybe like 2 hands away, around this much away from the microphone, about maybe a ruler around 30, maybe close to 40 centimeters away from the microphone, and it sounds quite echoey, not too great. I moved in back to where I was before. Sounds really good. It's really nice. Now let's move a little bit closer. So now I'm in this territory where I might by accidentally distort the actual microphone, but at least now the audio is the crispiest that it could pretty much get. It sounds amazing and it's great. I love this type of audio. It sounds good, but to me, I want to stay a little bit back just so I can kind of feel a little bit more comfortable. And if I do somehow accidentally scream like so today, and then I just scream by accident, I know that I didn't distort the microphone. So keeping a little bit of a distance is important. But on the other hand, it's important to bring your microphone as close as you possibly can. Obviously keeping it away from the frame. Don't have the microphone sitting literally in your face like I am. Like an XLR microphone, everybody who shoots YouTube videos, XLR mics or condenser mics like these are always in the frame. It's okay. But if you're a professional filmmaker, a lot of times you want to keep these out of the frame because it just sometimes doesn't really look professional. Some shots look great with the microphone in it, some shots don't. So keeping it out of the frame but as close to the mouth as possible is important. But now let's move away from the shotgun microphone and move towards the H1 Zoom, the audio recorder. This right here is an audio recorder. It's a great little audio recorder. It does the job pretty damn well. I like it. It's fantastic on its own. If I was just to use this as a audio source itself, like as a main audio source, I can use this as an interview microphone. If I'm just walking around, it sounds good. It has 2 nice big little microphones. As you guys can see, 2 nice little large cool microphones there. They sound great. They get the job done very nicely. It has a lot of bass. It's a high quality microphone. So what you can do is, instead of getting the Video Mic Go, if you're not vlogging and you want to get a bit more professional sound, getting the audio recorder first might be a better option. And then later down the road, you can get yourself a cool Rode microphone, or you can get yourself a Deity microphone. There's a lot of great Deity microphones out there that can plug into this, and it's great. So having dual system sound is having another microphone be able to plug inside of it, which means I can record audio into this. So instead of recording it into the preamps of the camera, I'm recording it into these preamps, which on this audio recorder, the preamps on here are actually very, very good. So actually plugging in a shotgun microphone that goes on my camera into this, I'm now recording dual system sound. So I have sound coming from this microphone and it's being recorded into the preamps of this. That's just amazing. You're getting really nice and crisp audio. And the great thing is you have a lot more room in post-production to play around with the audio. And I kind of want to show you guys a quick little example of what it would sound like just shooting just with the microphone, then shooting with just both of these, and then combining both, but also at the same time adding a little bit of post-production in the background. So let's do that test, starting off with just the video mic go. Okay, so right now I'm actually recording using the video mic go. The microphone is probably around vlogging distance away from me. As you guys can see, this is a vlogging distance. I'll usually have my 10 to 18 millimeter lens on here. This is around a vlogging distance, and this is how the audio sounds. It sounds pretty good. It's okay. It gets the job done, but it's not incredible. Now let's bring the microphone a bit closer. Now the microphone is slightly closer to my mouth. This is probably what the distance I would have if it was overhead like this. If the microphone was around overhead like this while I was sitting talking to the camera, this is pretty much the position it would be at, and this is if it was directly plugged into my camera. So this is pretty much the video mic go just on its own, directly plugged into a trashy preamp on the Canon T5i. Okay, so now we just switched to the video mic go being directly recorded into the H1 zoom. So as you guys can see, I am now using the microphone recording into the H1 zoom, and it's fairly close to my mouth, so it sounds pretty good. This is pretty much the distance I would normally have it. Obviously I would have an extension cable going to this guy, so this guy sits on a tripod a distance away from the actual microphone, and the microphone sits probably around this far away from me when I'm usually shooting. So this is pretty much the audio straight out of the H1 zoom, and this is how it sounds like. Now it's the same audio, same microphone, same distance away, but now it's enhanced audio. So this is how it sounds like with the audio recording into the H1 zoom, but with some post-processing editing. So this is pretty much the audio quality that you can expect when using the H1 zoom with the Rode video mic go and doing a little bit of post-processing. It sounds really good, and this is what I've been using pretty much for all of my audio for the last year. So as you guys can see, that is pretty much what you can get when it comes to audio. Audio is important. It's really, really important, but at the same time, it's not expensive. And that's the great thing about audio. And that's why I wanted to make this video, to kind of give you guys some heads up about audio, to remember that audio is important, but also to pretty much help you understand that there's a lot of options out there when it comes to audio, different types of microphones, but it's also not expensive. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to slap the like button. It really does support the channel, as well as make sure to subscribe. We post videos like this every single week. Stay tuned for my podcast. I'm going to be releasing that very, very shortly. Episode 1 should be released probably late this week or possibly later next week. So stay tuned for it. I'm very excited for episode 1. I'm very excited to see how far I can stretch out this series, what this can become, and I might also open a Patreon account for people that can support the channel and support the actual podcast and make this thing more possible. Help me bring other creators onto this and improve the quality and improve the availability of more podcasts happening in the future. But anyways, with all that blabbering out the way, I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.